What the military has to handle by itself, it handles. What other agencies of security forces have to handle, they do. So, essentially, and we have had reason, we have had examples of the warnings we have given, not the warnings, advisories that we had given that had manifested one way or the other. We talked about possible, detonation of explosive materials at political rallies or political meetings. It happened. We had warned about it. We had advised about it. We've talked about the possibility of using, livestock and so forth and so on in some places. It happened. So what we do is to keep giving public desired information because it is their right to know, so they can also be part of the security architecture that the country needs at the moment.
Now, as a National Information Center, how frequently do you get information concerning security issues?
As it happens, every day, and that's why we brief the press regularly. Every week, at least, we brief the press, and should we have emergency or some information that may not wait until the end of the week, we give it. When we started, it was a daily thing, but we now had to scale it down, so we have coordinated information, coordinated response. We have to cross-check the facts that we need, that we get, because we also realize that some of the information that we were getting, or that was always out there, were not really true at the point. So, and the journalists will not be. I wouldn't want to say impatient. They will be impatient. They want to have information. They want to confirm veracity of claims. So, to avoid such situations where it would appear as if we are not giving the real information, we are hiding something, we decided that whatever we hear, whatever we get, apart from the normal security sources, we will investigate, we will confirm. So when we meet with colleagues from the press, we should be able to tell authoritatively what the situations are.
How do you investigate this?
Well, we have various structures. Even the National Orientation Agency is everywhere in this country. We can confirm. The security agencies will also do their. Sometimes we do even online research on claims. Recently, we saw some websites. There were some pictures, photographs of people purported to be Boko Haram arrested by, and we went to do the search. We found that they were not pictures of Nigerians. They were not pictures of Boko Haram. They were from foreign land, but published in Nigeria and purported to mean Boko Haram. It was in most of the newspapers, and so forth and so on. So many examples, and we want to avoid such situations.
Even in this vein, you also warn people severely about being careful. Yes, during elections and all of that. Good, but yes. This is sort of, it just might have the wrong impact in the wrong quarters, because many people decided to stay away from the elections.
No,
are you bothered?
And that is why we are saying is not allowing you to stay out of it, but to create the awareness, to alert you to be part of it, so you can take charge of your environment.
But there are a lot of people right now who are traveling to their villages, for instance, traveling here and there, just to avoid being caught up in the violence.
Gloria, information empowers. And that is why we are not just giving you the information, we are taking other measures and implementing other strategies to ensure that you are armed.
What are the other strategies?
Other strategies including talking, including organizing peace meetings, including through community dialogue, theater for development, by engaging with leaders, community leaders, traditional leaders, and even talking to press the way we are doing. There are other measures that intelligence is taking. There are other measures that the armed forces, the police, everybody is taking. Once you have something, you see police deployed, you see various levels of society, including the media, are encouraged to do so, and they have been doing that.
Even the recent announcement by INEC to postpone the elections, did you see negative reactions, threatening to bring up violence in the rural areas?
Well, in the rural areas, I have not had much of that, but it's a democracy. People have a right to dissent, but not to violent dissent. That is not right, because in violence, you could hurt the rights of another person. And so you use the democratic institutions in place to find solution to your issues of disagreement. You can ask questions and so forth and so on. What is important to know is that any structure put in place by government to serve the people will continue to serve the people. And since it is answerable to them, they can ask the questions that they want to ask. And so there is no need to resort to violence, since you can find answers to whatever is troubling you by just following simple steps to finding those answers. Postponement of elections, well, it's not the first time that we've had such before. Even before now, long before now, we've had. And in this case, I remember some other examples. They may not be plausible, but elections were postponed in the past. But in recent history, in 2011, we postponed election in this country. So long as it's done within the provisions of the Constitution, I don't think it should alert or arouse any suspicion or it's a call to violent action and suspicion and so forth and so on. Nothing has been tampered with as far as the rules of the electoral guideline or electoral act is concerned, or the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This should be of primary concern to us. And even if somebody attempts to tamper with the Constitution of Nigeria, we have democratic institutions to check that. We have the National Assembly, we have the judiciary all in place. And we all agree that our National Assembly is maturing, our judiciary is also maturing in line with the requirements of democracy. So citizens should begin, unless we begin to have faith in this, they cannot develop to help us.
Well, what sort of challenges is the agency facing, especially at this period? Well,
logistical largely, because we need to do much more. We need to engage the public much more through the media or the interpersonal methods that we have as our strength. And we need to mobilize citizens and our staff to do the job. However, a little help is coming. And we have also reached out to quite a number of development partners.
What sort of help?
Funding for some of our ideas, and like I mentioned, the European Union is funding our voter education and civic responsibility program right now. And it's exciting because the first funds they gave us, we sent to all the local government areas. And so I can proudly tell you today, and you can check, that each of the 774 local government areas receive various sums of money, the least being 1.something million naira. And it's the first time in the history of this agency. Okay, and I'm so proud of this moment. And they are working to ensure that they implement a voter education that is driven towards non-violence and participatory involvement in the democratic process. And this is a continuing thing, and that's why I'm grateful to the European Union for seeing the wisdom in investing in this agency. Apart from that, we have done other programs like the Freedom of Information Act, when we publicized it in some selected local government areas. It was so effectively done with integrity and transparency, which gave them the confidence to invest again here. And so we expect to see a bigger and more robust partnership with not just the UNDP, DGT, EU, and so forth and so on, but other agencies of government. NOA, I insist, is still the only agency that has complete spread, effective spread in all the local government areas with capacity. Capacity in terms of, in the sense that the staff are trained for mobilization and sensitization, in terms of the fact that they are giving refresher regularly and they are involved with the community. Theirs is a 24 hours, 7 days a week medium that is right there by your doorstep.
All right, thank you very much for joining us on Dateline Abuja, Mr. Michael Omeri.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you as always for your comments. You can share your experience with us using the address and Twitter handle on your screen and make your views known on the program. And don't forget, you can also let us know anything happening within your area, especially if you're in the nation's capital. Now, you can also view the program on youtube.com/channelsweb/videos. Make your comments after viewing the current video, as well as older episodes of the program. Don't forget to include your name and your location. Thank you for watching. This week, I'm Gloria Umezuki. See you again.